What's up, J. Roos Theory? My thoughts on the Knockout Chaos press conference over in Saudi Arabia. I couldn't really take too much from it because, of course, Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou are both kind of quiet types, so you're not going to get a lot of back and forth like you would get with Jarrell Big Baby Miller. So most trash talk I really picked up from it was Francis Ngannou saying something about Joshua might have a weak chin and he would test it. But I was like, Joshua was giving him the serious mad dog face. I was like, I like this version of Anthony Joshua. He looked like he was ready to go over there and rip Francis Ngannou's head off. I mean, he like I said, they're not gonna go back and forth. But if looks could talk, I mean, that dude looked like he was ready. And when you saw the face off too, it didn't look like that much of a height difference. What, an inch or two? It's not gonna make that much difference. They say Francis has the longer reach, but like I say, once again, they do your wingspan rather than armpit to fist, so that doesn't really indicate if Francis does have a longer reach. So it all depends on how you measure. But I noticed in the face-off, Joshua turned around first just a split second before. He even talked about, fights aren't won at the face-off, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Sometimes you can see fear in a fighter, and when he turns away first, I don't think he was afraid. But I've noticed when fighters stand in the middle of the ring and they don't look at the guy, that they come out sometimes tentative. The fear of the moment, the fear of the opponent, bars, and it just makes you wonder why you would turn away first. Don't you want as much edge as you can get? Don't you want to get in the other guy's head? Like, I'm going to stare you down till you remember the Fury Deontay Wilder. I think it was the last fight they had to stare down. They stared at each other for seemed like 5 minutes. I think someone had to come out there and make them separate. Nobody wanted to turn away first. That's what I like to see. But Joshua sounded more aggressive in the post press conference interview where he was talking about everybody that he fought, that Fury fought, like he's knocked him out. He said he's breaking faces and he likes to hurt people in the ring. So it looks like we got two focused guys. Like I said, you can't really take too much away from a press conference like that where both guys are kind of the quiet type and they're more about letting their actions speak in the ring rather than, outside the ring. You couldn't really see Ngannou's body because he was wearing the African garb and, it was real loose fitting, so you couldn't really see how big he is. Joshua had on the t-shirt. So I expect Francis to come in heavier than Anthony Joshua, maybe by like 10 or 15 pounds. I don't know if he'll want to come in lighter. I think the fight is a 10-round fight, though. I wish it was 12. AJ's used to fighting 12-round fights. Those 2 rounds can make a big difference in your game plan. Makes you, are you going to go in there and try to end it quick, or are you going to try to pace yourself? It's hard to kind of try to pace yourself when it's a 10-round fight. It almost makes you work quicker, like, I got to hurry up and get this guy out of here because it's a 10-round fight. Those 2 rounds make a difference. I don't think boxing will ever go back to the 15-round days. Remember back in the days where it was like 100 rounds or something, like in the Jack Johnson days? That's can you imagine that? But like I said, I couldn't really take too much away from this press conference. I'm hearing Zhang versus Parker on the undercard, but I haven't heard it officially announced. A lot of people are saying Deontay Wilder looks like he's ducking Zhang because Zhang's people said they made Deontay an offer, and I guess he didn't respond. But Deontay shouldn't be fighting Zhang after his loss to Parker. He's got to get his hunger back for the sport if he's going to continue to fight. And Zhang would end that dude's career so fast. The dude is Tyson Fury size and hits harder, and he's a lefty. I mean, that would be a mess. If you thought Joseph Parker and Fury did a number on him, Zhang would have a highlight reel from the opening bell to the end of the fight. So I can see why Deontay or his people wouldn't want to fight Zhang right now. I think Deontay needs to find Dillian White, somebody like that, and in that little feud, and I think he can beat Dillian White if Dillian can stay off the stuff allegedly. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know the details of the Deontay Zhang thing, but Deontay's people, I know they're not eager to get him in there with Zhang because I was talking to Coach James Bashir, and he's worked a lot with Zhang, his fighters in sparring, and he was saying, like, he asked his fighter, can Zhang really punch like that? Is he a heavy puncher? And they're like, yes, this dude can hit. So for somebody to knock out Joe Joyce and beat him twice, and Joyce was known as pretty much a granite chin, like he could walk through anybody. If Zhang can put down Joe Joyce, you think he couldn't put down Deontay Wilder? As big as Zhang is, and his speed is underrated. People think because he's like 280 that somehow he's not fast. I've seen him hit the heavy bag. The dude is fast. He's real fast. And when you're in there with him, I know it's a lot faster than what it even looks like to us over the screen. But anyway, that's all I took from the knockout chaos. I understand there's going to be what do they call it, where they're sitting at the table talking to each other, but you're still not going to get too much smack talk. In fact, I saw AJ ask Ngannou about how hard Fury hit. So you're not going to get no real craziness. So you just got to kind of go by, I guess, resumes and match their skill level. I still pick AJ to win, and I think by either TKO or KO. I think he's just got too much in the arsenal for Francis Ngannou. I like Francis Ngannou. I'll say AJ's my favorite fighter, and then Ngannou's probably his second. I just like how he goes in there and handles business. But I think AJ's just got too much for him at this point. Maybe if Ngannou fought him down the road after having at least 5 fights, maybe I would give him more of a shot. But if you like Ngannou, let me know what you think. Got Mystery Woman in the background combing her hair.
Get on my business.
So if you hear a snap, crackle, and pop, I'm just playing. Yeah, but that's what I saw, and yeah, let me know what you guys thought of Knockout Chaos. Interesting name, and I don't know who's on the undercard. So if you guys heard anything, hit me up. If you want to donate to the platform, the Cash App is $JRoos33. And of course, Roos is ROOS, not Ross, not ROSS. Anyway, thanks for watching LSR Forever. Be fearless. Yay.